You waited, you saved, you put away every penny to get that new car you've always wanted, and maybe you don't have a garage to put it in. But if you lock it, it'll be safe on the street, right? Well, it might not be. It might not be what's inside your car those scammers are after. Dick Epstein of the Better Business Bureau joins us with what's under your car that matters to them. Dick, good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, good morning. Thank you. Yes, I hear all these stories about people that park their car in the driveway or in a parking lot or on the street. And the next morning when they go out to start it, the exhaust system makes this terrible noise. And they discover that overnight somebody has crawled under their car and cut out their catalytic converter.
Ugh. Yeah, it's happening all over the place. We're getting police reports of them all the time.
Well, absolutely. And I read reports about these. Consumer Reports has said that the theft of catalytic converters is increasing tremendously. They said that between 2019 and 20, they increased 325%.
Wow.
And the thing is, on websites like nextdoor.com and Neighbors, you read about neighborhoods, people almost every week having their converters cut out by these thieves.
Yeah.
And the thing is, these converters have valuable metals in them. They have platinum, palladium, rhodium. Platinum is worth $1,000 an ounce, palladium more than $2,300, and rhodium more than $20,000 an ounce.
Wow.
So stealing these converters, the crooks take them to the junkyards. They're paid a lot of money for them, and so they have no reason to stop doing it. And the theft continues.
Right, and then now, we wonder what we can do to protect ourselves.
Right, well, there are several things you can do. You can put in, you can weld in a steel plate under your car or a cage. They make these things to protect your converters, and they have some effect, but the fact is the crooks can just cut through those as easily. You can get alarms that are effective, but again, they're expensive, and if an alarm goes off, you don't know that people can really hear that and respond to it. Now, secure parking is the most important thing. Obviously, parking in your garage instead of on the driveway or on the street or in a parking lot, you've got to have a secure place to park your car. The most valuable way, if you park your car on your driveway, is to have a motion sensor floodlight. The word is that a floodlight like that, if somebody walks up to your car, this big floodlight goes off and illuminates the whole driveway. The word is that's probably the most effective way to keep these thieves away. They'll just go somewhere else where people don't have the floodlight. But one thing is auto insurance policies, if you have a comprehensive policy, may cover the converter. But if you have a big deductible, it may not be worth it.
Sure.
You might, because if you have a big deductible, you'll have to pay that deductible to replace the catalytic converter if they can get the replacement.
Right.
And my experience has been that then your rate goes up next year on your auto insurance. So get a floodlight if you are parking your car on the driveway. And the safest thing is just park the car in the garage where it's safe. Or on a street that's well lit and a lot of traffic, as opposed to parking it on a side street where there's not much activity, because the criminals, it just takes literally seconds for them to get under your car and cut out your converter. You have to prevent this as opposed to repairing the damage after they're done.
Because as you mentioned, you might not be able to find one. I mean, they're thousands of dollars to replace. So it really is a huge headache, and it's happening all the time. So Dick, thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us some advice.